This is the only local Instagram ads guide that you'll ever need as a videographer. After helping over 175 videographers make over $30,000 a month, I have found a system that works the first time, every time. And it all comes down to one local Instagram strategy that any videographer can implement no matter where you live and what city you're trying to take over. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Instagram ads and how you can use this strategy for yourself to have leads coming to you within 24 hours of launching this strategy. This is the same exact strategy that helped my videographer client Trevor turn $400 in ad spend into $22,000 of video retainers in just 30 days of using it. But before I dive into the 5 stages you need to implement if you want to bring in the right type of clients that are willing to pay you a lot of money, I need to touch on what most videographers do to fail with local Instagram ads so you could avoid these mistakes and set everything up the right way. So most videographers fail because they boost random posts with no strategy. We don't want to do that. They set up an audience that is way too broad. This costs you a lot of money because Meta will push you in front of the audience that you set up, and if you set up the wrong audience, then you're going to chase and attract a bunch of brokies. You sell a commodity offer. I'm going to break down what I mean by this a little later in the video. You don't track your ROAS. If you don't know your return on ad spend, it's absolutely brutal, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to track in order to know your numbers, and then you give up after spending $1,000 in ad spend, and you get no results. The truth is, it can be a factor of all these things if you're not getting results, and so we're going to dive into how you can actually have your ads be profitable day one, so you're not like this guy over here burning through his cash. Here's the thing, you guys need to understand there's 5 main factors for successful ads. There's audience, ad creative, ad funnel, proven setting framework, and offer. We're going to dive into these, but you guys got to understand, one local Instagram ad set up the right way will bring you high quality leads and ideally the right avatar, aka service businesses, because these guys are willing to pay you a lot more money. After personally spending $300,000 of my own money on ads, we've cracked the code, and I've realized winning ads are like a winning slot machine. Every dollar you put in, you get $6 to $10 out. And so it's predictable, and it's the only way to actually grow your business. So let's dive into stage number 1, which is your audience. There are 3 types of markets, and you got to understand which city you're in to understand your type of market. This is crucial in order to set up your audience the right way. So there's big cities like Los Angeles, mid cities like Columbus, Ohio, and small cities like St. George, or small cities and small towns in rural areas. And so I want to break down how you can own your market. That is the whole goal of this. And so I need you guys to understand, when you're creating an audience, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to Business Meta Suite, not Ads Manager. It will look like this. You go to Create Ad, and here's how you create your audience, guys. I'm going to show you step by step. You go to Boost Instagram Content, because this allows you to know that this post is going to be linked to your Instagram profile and it's linked to the right ad account. You select any of the posts, right? I'm just gonna boost this one right here. And this is how to create the audience the right way. And once you create the audience and it's proven and structured, you keep it for every single ad moving forward. So it'll take you to a page that looks like this. And once you're here, you guys can literally just implement exactly what I'm showing you. I'm giving you guys the breakdown right here, but I want to show you what you need to do in order to match what city you're in. And I'm going to give you guys 2 different examples. Then you come down to audience, you go to create new. Let's say I'm in Columbus, Ohio. This is my home city. This is a mid-range city. Columbus market, right? You name it, whatever, right? Cool. Gender all. You want to attract men and women. What I realize is, especially when you target a lot of home service businesses and service businesses overall, a lot of their wives and female marketing assistants and just a lot of females will see it and send it to the owner of the company. So you want to make sure that you do gender all. Age, I've been liking 22 to 60. That is the sweet spot for us, and that is bringing in the highest quality leads. Here, you want to get hyper focused on your area. I'm going to give you guys 2 different examples. I'm going to give you mid-range, and I'm going to do the large town. I'll break this down for you guys. So Columbus, Ohio, you got to know your city as well. So I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I know that this is the wealthier side. The north side is the wealthier side. So personally, if I'm going to run a 20-mile radius, which is ideal in a city like this, I want to go a little bit north. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a pin, which allows me to customize it a little bit more. And I'm going to remove the existing parameters that I set. And then I am literally going to go 20 miles from here. You see how I still cover the city, but I'm just hitting less of what I don't want and more of this wealthier area. So you got to know your city, but that's how I would treat it if I was targeting a mid-range city. And then you come down here and you do business and finance. I'm going to break down why you only do this, and then you turn this off. You turn off Advantage Plus. So a little bit of recap. Columbus market, just name it, whatever. Gender all, 22 to 60. This needs to be hyper specific. You guys know your areas, right? You know your areas better than I do. Business and finance is the interest we want to do, and then you save audience and you turn off Advantage Plus. I do not want Advantage Plus controlling my radius, controlling the range of my audiences. So you turn that off. And so let me give you guys another example. Say you are in LA. Gender all, same thing, 22 to 60, Los Angeles, right? I want to break this down for you guys. So when you come here, you want to attack a pocket of LA. If you ran one local ad here and you went like, you would be hitting like 30 million people. Like it's such a massive city. You never want to do this. Same thing for like Seattle. Same thing for other big cities like New York City. It's brutal. You want to take over a pocket. And so what you're going to do is say you are near Anaheim. Right, what you're gonna do, I have a client, Trevor, out there. He's absolutely crushing. Let's go. So you take that, you remove that, boom. You take Anaheim, you're probably gonna do 10 miles. See, that's what I would do. You take over a pocket and then everything else remains the same. Business and finance. Do not make the rookie mistake of adding a bunch of different interests and choking the algorithm. Let me show you what I mean. I can go HVAC, I can go contractor, electrical contractor, whatever. Like I can go add 100 different things, but what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze the audience. You're going to choke the audience, which is not going to benefit you because you guys want to have the ad run properly and attract. You want to let the creative do the heavy lifting for you and bring in the right avatar over and over and over again. And when you go broad, business and finance, we're pushing our avatar and our ads towards the right avatar, but we're not choking the algorithm, right? So if I set an audience like this, it could be 2 million people. But if I went HVAC contractor, this, I would be excluding hundreds of other service businesses, which would then be a disservice because now the audience went from 2 million to 400,000, which you might think is good, but it's really, really not because your ads will fatigue really, really fast. And so now that you have your audience created and you kept it broad and it'll look like this, you should have an audience. And again, when you launch your first ad, it's going to be different. I've been running ads for like 7 years, guys, so I have a bunch of audiences. But when you launch your first ad, guys, you want to create that audience, save it, and then your second ad after you close a couple of deals is going to be towards the same audience so you can let it compound over and over and over again. So again, turn off Advantage Plus. You set this up in Business Meta Suite, and then here's what you want to do. Gender all, business and finance, keep it broad, don't choke your audience like I just talked about, and let your ad creative do the work for you. Save it with your city name so you know exactly what the audience is. And guys, when you set this up the right way, you can now attract the right type of people that are willing to pay you what you're actually worth. They will value your service. Just like Cooper over here, guys. He launched an ad and he literally spent $38, 50 followers, 24 DMs sent, 13 conversations, 3 calls booked, and in his first week, he closed $10,000. Literally $10,000. I think total, he spent like $140 ad spend. And so, guys, when you can do this the right way, you can crush it. And guys, I'm giving you the exact same strategy that you can implement in this video. I'm not holding back whatsoever. And this strategy has helped 175 plus other videographers scale. And the crazy part is, guys, you can start with a small budget. So you have zero excuse not to run ads after watching this video. So now that you have a winning ad audience, how do we script a winning local ad that brings you the right people and calls out the right avatar that has money, right? So we're about to break down exactly what you need to do. And my goal is to help you become an incredible marketer. If you're watching my videos, you're obviously smart, you're a hard worker. I want you to understand exactly what you need to do in order to become an incredible marketer, because once you understand local ads, you'll never stress about where your next sale is coming from. So what pain are we solving? What are you solving for businesses? You need to understand the pain that they have. What keeps them up at night? What does your strategy solve, and why do businesses need you? Why this versus others? Why should they work with you? You need to understand all these things. That way, when you're selling people and talking to them in your ad creatives, you can actually talk to them and press on their pain points. And you guys got to remember something. People buy with emotion and they justify with logic. So make them feel pain and remember what they are feeling. And so when you are recording an ad, before I give you guys a winning ad framework as well, this is crazy. I'm giving you guys so much value on this video. But guys, I need you to understand, before you record an ad, pick a spot in your city that is well known. Examples, downtown, near an arena, front of a mall. So this is a downtown in my city, Boca Raton. And dude, every time I see an image or a video like this, I'm like, boom, I think of date nights with my wife. I recognize it immediately. That's what you need to have your clients do. They need to be able to recognize exactly where you are. That way they understand that you are local, that you are near them, that you are actually someone that can help them in their city. And so now that you decided where you're going to record your ad, here's how to structure your ad and how to script it. First line is always the market call out and the avatar. For example, so you're a service-based business here in Boca Raton, Florida. That is an example of that. Market call out is very, very crucial. Next, now that you have their attention, you have to hold their attention. What pain do they have? How do you get someone's attention and hold it? You touch on their pain. You make it seem like you understand their pain almost as much as them. So what pain do they have? You could touch on, man, you don't have enough brand authority here in the city. You could talk about, you don't have a way to generate leads every single day. That's what my clients touch on because we sell a strategy which combines local ads and content. What pain are you solving? What pain are you alleviating for someone? And you want to touch on that. And then you want to talk about where you can get them to. There's point A to point B, right? How can you take them from point A, which is the pain point, to their desired outcome, which is point B? Where do they want to go? And the desired outcome needs to be very nice. We can help you become a local authority in your city and attract local leads to you every single day that like you and trust you. That is a desired outcome. They want to build a brand. They want to become the best known local service business in your city. Help them do that. Social proof is next. Who have you helped? What results have you gotten? Our clients always say, this is the same strategy that helped 100 plus local service businesses just like you. We want to stack some client wins right here because this is going to help you absolutely crush it and be an authority in your city. Lastly, you want to have one CTA, which is follow me here on Instagram for more information on how to grow in your specific location. Only one CTA. I've seen so many ads where people are like, follow me, DM me, text me. Like, bro, what else you want? Right? Like, no, one CTA. If you give people two options, they're going to do neither. In marketing, you only need to have one CTA. And the reason we have businesses follow you is because it's the easiest way to convert them. And when I give you guys the setting framework here soon, you'll see why it's very easy to convert these guys if they follow you from Instagram. But before I move on to the winning ad strategy, I need you guys to understand that when you record these ads, make sure you edit them properly. You show up professionally. You dress nice because guys, first impressions are absolutely everything with ads. You're going to put money behind this ad. Look professional, right? And so I've seen some ads where people wear some wrinkled shirts. I'm like, bro, what are you doing with your life? All right, guys. So stage number 3, now that you have a winning audience, a winning ad scripted, how do we launch a funnel in order to bring in leads every single day? Right? So here's the thing. You guys are going to post this video as an Instagram reel first. In your caption, you always want to call it the city and you want to have the username. Boca Raton Service Businesses. Follow Boris for more info on how local ads can help you grow, or follow for more information on how to blow up your brand here in your city. Now that you guys got that, that's the caption. You always want to post it as a reel. When I go launch an ad, I already have it posted as a reel. So I can literally go create ad and it'll pop up the options. Boost Instagram content. It's already posted. So make sure you guys post that first. And then you guys make sure it's Instagram right here. And then you go to any of the posts and I go boost and make sure everything's spelled correctly. Like make sure everything looks professional and looks good. Because guys, once you launch it, you can't like edit the ad or caption after that. You're gonna have to redo the entire thing. So make sure you guys have that set up the right way. And so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna boost. You're gonna do boost as an Instagram profile. We went there, we boost Instagram profile, visit profiles right here. We always want to double check that that's the option. I turn off Advantage Plus Creative as well here. And you always want to double check. The goal is to get more profile visits right here. We're trying to drive traffic to our page. That is the funnel we are running. You're going to wake up to 20 to 40 new local leads every single day coming to your page. And the whole point of this is when they follow you, you're going to initiate a messaging sequence and you're going to text them and book in an intro call. And I'm going to break this down for you guys. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But now that you guys have this set up, you go and make sure that here's what you do. You double check the visit profile, double check that it's the right Instagram, link to Boris Posy. Audience, make sure it's the right audience that you just created. All right, I'm just gonna do Boca Raton Market right here. And make sure it's the right one. And then you wanna do run ad continuously right here. And budget $30 to $35 a day. And if you're ballsy, like $50 a day. The more you spend, the faster you're gonna get results. If you implement every single strategy that I'm breaking down for you guys. But my advice, if you're a beginner for this, start at $30 a day, put a card on file, and you're good to go. All you got to do is hit publish, and then your ad is going to be launched. So when you set up your ad the right way and you posted it, you now have followers coming in every single day. And the question then becomes, what do you do with all those followers? You implement this local setting framework. I'm going to break down for you step by step by step. And if you follow it the right way, you will make a lot more money. And for the first time in your guys' career, you're probably about to have more leads than you've ever been able to handle. So you got to make sure you're tracking these leads in some CRM, whether you use Notion or Google Sheets, I don't care. Track the leads because the money's in the follow-up as well. And so let's dive into the proven strategy because I'm giving it to you guys in this video. Here's the thing you guys got to understand. Views and leads do not matter if you guys don't have a proven setting framework. Like, if you bring traffic to your page, but you don't know how to convert that traffic, what's the point of wasting your money? You need to understand this. More local views equals more authority. More authority equals more sales. For the first time in your life, you are now having leads coming to you. The roles are reversed, right? For the first time in your life, you're not begging someone to work with you. You are literally like, hey, I have this strategy. We both know it works. You came in from a local ad. I'm showing you exactly how it works. Do you want to buy from me? They came to you, so it's much easier to close a sale. These are all my clients' ads. Guys, look at this. 1 million views, 600,000, almost 700,000 views. Cameron got 570,000 views. Luke got 1 million views. Tracy got 417,000 views. And these are all one ad. They have multiple ads on their page, but you start with one. Imagine what's going to happen when you have 1 million people, 500,000 people coming to your page. That's like the whole city seeing you over and over and over again, which makes you a local authority. So let's dive into the proven setting framework, which is stage number 4. All right, here's the thing. You got to understand, you got to take people off the platform. When people come in and they're a follower, you got to get them off the platform. You don't want them to remain on Instagram forever. You want them to get off the platform, and that way you have an advantage compared to everyone else, because everyone else is marketing to them as well. Now that you've gotten them off the platform, you want to have a quick 5 to 10 minute phone call with them and break down who you are, what you do, and hear about their pain points, and set up a Zoom call where you hype up your strategy, where you build up rapport and you're like, hey, you need this. And you can either do Zoom call or in-person meeting. A lot of you guys watching my stuff are like really cool, and because we close a lot of you guys and I work with a lot of you guys. And so I need you to understand, if you're very likable and very cool, go meet some people in person, shake their hand, show them that you're a real human being in your town, and show them how you can help them, which will lead to a whole lot more cash. One last thing I do want to mention about this is, guys, once you got someone's phone number and you got them to Zoom, these are your priority leads. This is where all the money is. And so, yes, you want to go hard on follow-ups in the DMs, but once you got someone's phone number and once you already had an initial meeting and you didn't close them, make sure you follow up over and over and over again and provide value. Send looms. See if you can meet up with them at their place of business. Guys, if you want results fast, I'm talking like incredibly fast, book a call down below and we'll give you a ton of value on how to scale. But if you want results like these, Sev had a $22,000 a week. This is him at our mastermind in Costa Rica. Tayden started 14 days ago, closed a $6,000 deal. This was actually 2 months ago, and he's closed, I think, 7 other deals since then, right? Gian, $8,000 deal closed, paid in full, and then a monthly retainer on the back end. And Mike, who closed a $6,000 deal in his first week and a half running local Instagram ads. And guys, this is very normal when you have a good offer and it's all set up the right way, like I'm showing you guys. And look at Trevor. In his first 25 days working together, he spent $400 in ads and collected $22,000. And he has more leads than he can handle. He actually had to turn off his ads because he has so many leads. He could not even keep up with the amount of demand looking for his service. And so guys, if you want results like that, and we have 100 other plus case studies, book a call down below. And so guys, let's do a deep dive into the exact setting framework you need to implement and all my clients are implementing in order to book 5 to 7 calls every single day and take their videography business to the next level. And so intro message is very crucial. The first 10 seconds, you want to find something that you relate with someone. You do not want to sound like a robot like everyone else. All of your competition is hitting someone up and they're like, what's up, man? This. It's like very robotic, right? You want to be like, what's up, Bobby? Looks like you're running a plumbing business here in town. How long have you been running your business, right? So you want to say first name and find something that you relate with. If you know his business name, ask him how long they've been running their business. People love talking about themselves. After that, you want to find out how long they've been running their business, and then they're going to be like, oh, 5 years. Awesome. We got that check mark. And then you want to find out if they've ever run local Instagram ads, because that's the main offer we teach our clients, which I'm going to dive into in a couple seconds. And so we're like, hey, have you ever run local Instagram ads in your city? And they're going to be like, oh yeah, we tried them, or no, we didn't. We rely on referrals. And then you acknowledge them. That's awesome. If you're crushing it with referrals, that means you're doing something right and people love working with you. But the truth is, there's no lever we could pull to get more referrals. That's why we focus on local Instagram ads. Would love to give you a breakdown of how it works. It's the same strategy that got us connected. Boom. Now they're like, oh yeah, it does work, because this is the same strategy that got us connected. So you want to piece those two together, and then you pitch the call. Very, very simple. And I have this thing called unsend send, where you want to unsend as many messages. So if someone leaves you on scene, that doesn't mean anything. I teach my clients something called buy or block. You follow up with someone until they buy from you or they block you. You already paid for that lead. You might as well keep following up and following up and following up over and over and over and over again until they buy from you or block you. Who cares? You paid for that lead. And so Here's the framework. You unsend, send. You keep resending the same messages over and over and over again, and you can hit them with different angles and see what you could do. You could also send Loom videos. This is something I teach my clients. Send a personalized video, giving them a ton of value. All right, so they're going to leave you on scene. If they leave you on scene, you keep following up. You put them into a CRM. If you take the call and they are disqualified, then you put them into the CRM as well. But you keep following up because, guys, you're working with entrepreneurs. They might be down 1 month, and 2 months from now, they might be crushing it and they need your service. The ideal goal is to book them in for a Zoom meeting. And so, guys, if you actually want to take over your city, follow this to a T. Do not try to switch this up. Do not try to reinvent the wheel. I've spent so much money on ads and I've already cracked the code. And so, intro message, time running their business. Find out about them. People love yapping about themselves. Find out what they're doing for acquisition. Pitch the call. Follow up as many times as it takes. You take an intro call, which is a 5 to 10 minute call. You give them a ton of value, and then you book in a Zoom call. All right, guys, now let's dive into stage number 5, which is tracking your numbers and fixing your offer. Here's what you want to track when you're spending money on ads: how much you're spending, DMs sent, conversations, which is anyone replying to you, intro calls offered, intro calls booked, sales calls booked, which is the actual Zoom meeting or in-person meeting, deals closed. And guys, the goal is a 6 to 10x ROAS. So every $1,000 you put in, you get $6,000 out. That is your return on ad spend. And that is a healthy number in order to scale this up to the moon. This is like a very healthy number, because if I know that I can put in $10,000 and I make $60,000, then we're just going to keep scaling it up and scaling it up. And that's what my clients are doing to hit crazy numbers in their video business. And so ads might sound scary at first, but when you track your numbers and you know your ROAS, everything becomes very, very, very clear, right? Everything becomes just about the numbers. And so here's the thing. There's a KPI tracker I have all my clients implement. And guys, you know what? Just for making it this far into the video, I'm going to give it to you guys as well. It's going to be in the notes down below or in the comment section or wherever it is on YouTube, wherever my team puts it. It's going to be down there, right? And so implement this, make a copy, and start tracking your numbers. And so, guys, here's the thing. Followers, added to CRM. We track that as well. DM sent, conversations, intro calls offered, intro calls taken, closing calls booked, closing calls taken. Obviously has a little bit more things here, and this will allow you to stay on top of things. That way you know your cost per call, your customer acquisition cost, your cash ROAS. And these numbers might sound very extravagant, especially if you're new to ads, but just know that they are very, very important. Plus, you're gonna have this very cool chart, which shows you month after month your numbers going up, which becomes very addicting to see the numbers going up month after month after month. And it holds you accountable because you know that you need to push harder. Now that you track numbers, it's not an emotional game anymore. It's a very logical game in order to scale. But here's the thing, guys. This only works with high ticket offers. This only makes sense financially with high ticket offers where you get paid upfront. And yes, it's very doable to get paid upfront for 3 months of service in a row. And then you can have a retainer on the back end. It's very normal. All my clients are doing this. You could do it as well. So high ticket, meaning $6,000 to $10,000 paid up front. So the numbers only make sense when you're when it's like this. Every, say, $1,000 you spend, to be conservative, you get a $6,000 to $10,000 sale, which is a 6 to 10x ROAS. But if you're selling a $2,000 retainer, then you spend $1,000 and you make $2,000 back. That's a 2x ROAS, which becomes very, very, very stressful when you're trying to scale it up. And you can't really scale with just content packages. It becomes very, very brutal. So guys, you need to understand that you need a results-based offer, which is content plus local ads, which equals the hybrid method. Service businesses are willing to pay you a lot of money for a high ticket offer that will actually bring them leads and help them become a local authority. When they actually have followers coming in as well every single day, this helps them crush it. And so now that you know how to run local Instagram ads that actually convert, you need to understand the whole system, which is allowing videographers to scale to $50,000 a month consistently. And that might sound crazy, but it only sounds crazy if you're selling only content retainers. But if you have a real offer that is high ticket and gets clients at an ROI, then you can crush it. And there's a specific strategy that I've been teaching all my clients that's made a huge impact on their revenue. And guys like Reyes, who went from $5,000 to $75,000 a month in just 5 months. So check out this video that's on my page where I break down how to scale to $50,000 a month as a videographer using the hybrid method and stop stressing about where your next sale is coming from. Go check it out.